All right, let's get started with this question. It asks, what's the value of x in the following equation? So we have 3 times the quantity 2x plus 4 equals 2 times the quantity x minus 2. And we have multiple choice answers, which is always nice. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite the problem underneath, just like you would rewrite it on scrap paper, being careful to transfer the exact equation over to your scrap paper. Very important. A lot of students do all the math right, but they incorrectly transfer the problem over to the paper, and that's their problem. All right, so let's go ahead and solve this. The first thing we're going to do is distribute. So we're going to distribute this 3 into the 2x, and then afterwards we'll distribute into the 4. So 3 times 2x gives me 6x, plus, and then 3 times 4 gives me 12. Equals. Same idea on this side. We need to distribute the 2 into the x and then the 2 into that 2. 2 times x gives me 2x minus 2 times 2 gives me 4. All right, so no more parentheses. Now it's a little simpler problem. The next thing you'll probably want to do is get all of the variables on one side of the equation, or group your like terms, as your teachers probably said. So I'm going to get all of my variables over on the left-hand side. You could move them to the right-hand side just as well, but I just chose the left-hand side just because. So to get rid of this 2x from the right-hand side, I'm simply going to subtract 2x. But remember, the number one rule in algebra, whatever you do on one side of the equation, you must do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to subtract a 2x on the left side. So on the right-hand side, when I get rid of this 2x by subtracting 2x, that goes away. So all I'm left with is minus 4, or a negative 4. On the other side, 6x minus 2x gives me 4x, and I still have the plus 12. Okay, now what we really have here is just a two-step equation. To get x by itself, the next thing I'll deal with is this plus 12. I don't want that on that side, so I'm going to subtract 12 to get rid of it. But remember the number one rule in algebra, whatever you do to one side, you must do the same to the other side. So on the left side, when I subtract 12, I'm left with 4x. Right side, when I subtract 12, I'm left with negative 16. Be careful with your integers. If you need to use your calculator, definitely do that. All right, our final step to get x, we simply divide both sides by 4. Cancel out on this side. We have x on the left, and on the right we have a negative 4. So the correct answer is A. Now I highly encourage you to check your work. So let's do a quick check. We started out with 3 times 2x plus 4, and that was equivalent to 2 times x minus 2. So if I use a different color here, and instead of using an x, I replace that with a negative 4, and instead of an x here, I replace that with a negative 4. I'll put it in parentheses so we still can see how these two are connected by multiplication. And then that would leave me with 3 times 2 times negative 4 would be a negative 8 added to 4. On the other side, I have a negative 4 minus 2 still sitting there, so there was no math yet. All right, so now if I do the math in the parentheses over on this side, I have a negative 4, still times 3. If I do the math in the parentheses on this side, I have a negative 6, still times the 2. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. And they indeed equal one another. So it checks out. Answer A is the best answer. Looks like we got this one right.